just when you think Donald Trump can't possibly outdo himself, he rips through the bottom of the barrel with a shovel, digs a hole straight to the center of Crazy Town, and pulls out Casey Means, a social media wellness influencer with more crystals than credentials, as his new pick for Surgeon General of the United States. And no, your ears are not deceiving you. Before we get into the mess of it all, a quick refresher. The Surgeon General isn't just some ceremonial figure with a lab coat and a fancy title. This person is supposed to be the voice of science and reason when it comes to public health in America. Past Surgeon Generals have overseen responses to AIDS, opioid addiction, COVID, tobacco, real crises that required real expertise. These are people with actual medical credentials, decades of clinical experience, and a deep understanding of epidemiology, pharmacology, and public health strategy. Not people who believe you can manifest insulin sensitivity by whispering affirmations into your green smoothie. No offense to green smoothie drinkers. I enjoy one every morning myself. But apparently, none of that matters when you're Trump and your idea of vetting a nominee is scrolling through their Instagram feed. Trump announced his pick on social media, because of course he did, writing, "Excited to nominate Dr. Casey Means as America's new Surgeon General. She's a bright young mind, co-founder of a great company, and a leader in metabolic health. Real change, real results. Hashtag Casey Means. Hashtag Health Revolution." Translation? He saw a woman with a medical-sounding bio, a glowing ring light, and a startup selling glucose monitors to non-diabetics, and said, "Perfect. She's my gal." Let's talk about who Casey Means really is. She's the co-founder of a wellness startup that pushes continuous glucose monitors to healthy people under the guise of optimizing metabolism, a concept that has about as much scientific grounding as drinking bleach to cure the flu. Her claim to fame isn't research or medical innovation. It's writing newsletters filled with things like how she found love at 35 through shrine moon ceremonies, talking to trees, and oh yes, doing mushrooms. Honey, you're not a health expert. You're a walking TikTok trend wrapped in lab coat cosplay. Even more alarming, it's unclear whether Means is even licensed to practice medicine. No one can seem to find an active license for her, which means she may not legally be allowed to diagnose so much as a paper cut, let alone direct the public health policy of what was, until recently, the most powerful nation on Earth. Andrea Love, an actual scientist with a doctorate degree, didn't mince words. She called Means a grifter who dropped out of her ENT residency not to save lives, but to cash in on the biohacking gold rush. According to Love, Means doesn't even understand basic science, yet somehow markets herself as a metabolism guru. Because nothing says qualified public servant like building a brand off of wellness word salad and targeted Instagram ads. And speaking of salad, the whole appointment smells like it's been left in the sun a little too long. What's especially wild is that even Laura Luna, Trump's own personal moonbeam and someone who has never met a conspiracy she didn't love, is raising an eyebrow at this one. For context, Luna was the voice behind the campaign to fire the previous Surgeon General, Dr. Samir Khurana, a well-respected infectious disease expert. Why? Because he had the audacity to state, publicly, that hydroxychloroquine was ineffective against COVID. The nerve. After months of pressure from Luna and her fringe health brigade, Trump gave Khurana the boot. Now Laura Luna, who also falls a few tarot cards short of a full deck, is reportedly deeply concerned about Trump's new choice. When Laura Luna thinks someone's health advice is questionable, you know we've entered full-on apocalypse mode. Let me be absolutely clear. The Surgeon General is not supposed to be a lifestyle influencer. This is the person who issues warnings on emerging diseases, leads national campaigns on opioid addiction and mental health, and helps shape the nation's response to bioterror threats and pandemics. They are entrusted with the health of 330 million people. Putting Casey Means in charge of that is like asking a wedding DJ to land a commercial jet because he once used a microphone. The American people deserve leadership grounded in science, not moonlight and mushroom trips. And while Trump plays influencer-in-chief, the rest of us are left wondering why the GOP continues to sit on its hands, nodding in silence while he makes a mockery of the government and gambles with our lives. Where are the Republicans who used to pretend they cared about public health and national security? Cat got your tongues? Or are you just waiting to see if your kids? Pediatrician starts recommending tree hugging too? This is a developing story, and sadly, so is the unraveling of our public institutions. We'll report more as the chaos continues. This is Sensible Sue signing off. Stay sensible, America. You're going to need it.